Welcome to our YouTube video series on employment law. My name is Christopher Neufeld of Neufeld Legal. And in this particular video, we're going to be talking about the concept of vacation pay. And what you have to first remember is that vacation pay is very much a statutory specific concept to Canada. You don't really have the concept of vacation pay in the legal sense in the United States. There you have what is often known as a contractual concept of paid vacation. But it doesn't emanate from any legislation or statute typically. It emanates from contract, and as such is determined by the employer and how it's applied. In Canada, this is completely different in the sense that it emanates from the requirements of statute which have been established by the government, either employment standards legislation, being a code, a labor act, or an act to that effect. And the other thing to remember is vacation pay is distinct from vacation time. The amount of time you are given on vacation is one of two concepts that are statutorily regulated in Canada. First being vacation time, second being vacation pay. Now, to understand it some more, you have to understand that just because you have time off that you're entitled to, and your employer might give you more than the statutory minimum, it does not necessarily mean that you're getting paid for each of those periods of time based on your time off. No, the concept works different from that. There is an annualized accumulation of vacation pay that is based specific to the provinces, and different provinces have different methodologies for calculating how much pay that is, whether it's 2%, 4%, or 6% based on the province and the length of time that you've been working for that particular employer. It can vary substantially, and that money accumulates through the course of the year, and either prior to the employee taking vacation or based on agreement paid through the course of the year, the employer remits their vacation pay. And such, it's a set amount of money that is differentiated from the aspect of vacation time off. And why does this matter in a legal context? Well, it matters in a couple reasons. Number one is, since vacation pay is all too often based on the concept of wages as opposed to base pay or base salary, and includes other components, it can even include prior year's vacation pay. If you're just simply going on a straight line 2 weeks or 3 weeks vacation that you're entitled to, it is entirely possible that you could get underpaid on your vacation pay year over year. The other aspect is with respect to salaried employees. Because salary is distinct from vacation pay, it is distinct from general holiday pay. And as such, it cannot be merged into one's salary. And because of that, unless the wording is designed correctly and the employee agrees to that arrangement, vacation pay cannot be taken out of one's salary. It must be added on top of one's salary. There again, it poses its own set of problems. So what you have, whether an individual is paid on an hourly basis or on a salary basis, there is the high potential of errors occurring and underpayments arising with respect to vacation pay in the Canadian context, unless all the rules are being followed. And unfortunately, since so much of the practice and so much of the technology emanates from the United States, which does not have the concept of vacation pay built into their system, whether by statute or by contract. What arises is you have problems that emanate from using those systems and not trying to correct for them. And as such, it becomes particularly important, especially when you leave your job, when you get terminated or fired from your job, that the former employee immediately looks into the aspects of vacation pay, because they're critically important concepts to determine if they've collected all the money that they are owed. Because vacation money pay is money that you are legally entitled to, you have legally earned, statute dictates it, the government has legislated for it. And if you're underpaid on it, you need to be able to pursue it. And very many provinces have understood the importance of this for decades. And as such, they put into their legislation very specific provisions to protect vacation pay. In some provinces, it is simply vacation pay that is protected in trust, such as in the province of Ontario. In other provinces, it goes beyond vacation pay to include general holiday pay, overtime pay, and wages. Irrespective, you need to be looking into this, because this is money that has been earned by yourself. There is a legal standard for calculating it, and when it's not followed through, you're being shortchanged. And when you've been shortchanged, you need to pursue money that you are legally entitled to, because it is your money. It is not your former boss's money. So when you look into it, you need to study it. You need to analyze it. And one of the things you want to analyze is your pay statements, because if you look into it seriously and there's discrepancies, you might very well have something to pursue. And that is the significance of understanding vacation pay in the Canadian context. Thank you.